In the heart of the 14th century, as London withered under the shadow of the Black Death, a young nun named Nina lived a life of quiet devotion, or so it seemed. The year is 1349. Pestilence stalks the narrow, muddy streets, and fear is a constant prayer on the lips of the living. Within the cold stone walls of the Abbey of St. Clair, a different kind of darkness was taking root. This is the story of a girl who was supposed to be invisible, a humble servant of God. But Sister Nina was no ordinary novice. She possessed a mind as sharp as a scribe's needle and a curiosity that bordered on heresy. While her sisters prayed for salvation, Nina found her solace in the Abbey's vast library, a labyrinth of forgotten knowledge and whispered secrets. Her world was one of routine, the pre-dawn call to mass, the scratch of her quill in the scriptorium, the meager evening meal. Yet, beneath this veneer of piety, Nina led a secret life. It began with a single misplaced manuscript, a text deemed too dangerous for prying eyes, left carelessly on a dusty lectern. Within its pages, she found not prayers, but ciphers, a hidden language woven into the Holy Script. These were no random markings. They were a trail of breadcrumbs left by a secret society of scholars, a network of thinkers who dared to question the absolute authority of the Church. They called themselves the custodians of light, and they believed that true enlightenment was being suppressed, locked away in forbidden texts. As Nina delved deeper, the ambient hum of monastic life became a source of constant tension. Every creak of a floorboard, every passing shadow in the candlelit corridors could be an observer. The abbess, a woman of severe piety and watchful eyes, seemed to sense Nina's distraction. Her gaze lingered a moment too long. Her questions carried a subtle weight. Was it mere concern or suspicion? The messages led Nina from ancient astronomical charts hidden within hymnals to alchemical formulas tucked inside medicinal herb guides. She learned of a world far beyond the dogma she had been taught, a world where science and faith were not enemies, but two sides of the same divine coin. The conspiracy was larger than she could have ever imagined. It wasn't just about preserving knowledge. It was about power. A faction within the Church, terrified of losing its grip on the hearts and minds of the people, was systematically hunting down and destroying this knowledge, and anyone who possessed it. The risks were immense. The charge of heresy carried a sentence of fire. Yet, with each secret she uncovered, Nina's resolve hardened. She was no longer just a curious girl. She was becoming a guardian, a link in a chain stretching back centuries. Her quest took her to the darkest corners of the Abbey, to a forgotten crypt beneath the main chapel, a place rumored to be haunted by the spirits of plague victims. Down in the suffocating silence, surrounded by the bones of the dead, she found it. A hidden compartment behind a loose stone. Inside was not gold or jewels, but a single, leather-bound codex. Its pages contained a truth so profound, so it could dismantle the very foundations of the medieval world. It was the secret the custodians had died to protect, and now it was in her hands. But she was not alone. The whispers had reached the wrong ears. The faction hunting the knowledge was closing in. They knew a secret was hidden within St. Clair's walls, and they now had a name: Sister Nina. The abbey was no longer a sanctuary. It had become a cage. Her every move was watched. The quiet life she once knew was a distant memory, replaced by a constant, gnawing fear. One rain-lashed night, a cloaked figure slipped a note under her door. It was a warning from a fellow custodian outside the abbey walls. They know. You must flee. The future depends on it. The moment of choice had arrived. To stay meant certain death, and the loss of the secret forever. To flee meant abandoning the only life she had ever known, and stepping out into a plague-ridden world that was even more dangerous than the enemies within. Clutching the precious codex to her chest, Nina made her decision. Under the cover of a moonless sky, she slipped out of the abbey, a ghost disappearing into the treacherous labyrinth of medieval London. She was no longer just Sister Nina, the quiet nun. She was a fugitive, a scholar, a rebel. She was a keeper of a secret that could change the future. A lone candle of knowledge flickering against a storm of ignorance and fear. Her journey was just beginning. She would be hunted, she would be tested, and she would face betrayals she could not foresee. But Nina carried more than a book. She carried the hope of a new dawn, a belief that even in the darkest of ages, the light of truth can never be fully extinguished. Her name would not be recorded in the grand annals of popes and kings, but her legacy would echo through the centuries, a quiet testament to the courage of one young woman who dared to know. The secret she protected would lay dormant, waiting for the right moment in history to re-emerge and reshape the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the shadows of the past. If you were captivated by the story of Sister Nina, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more hidden histories. Let us know in the comments what other historical mysteries you'd like us to uncover next.